Ah, making too
Uh,
much money.
uh,
I'm making too
uh.
much money.
You're making too much money.
I'm not making enough money.
So share some money with me. I like money.
Happy 4th of July. Fuck off all British people today. We're not fucking with any British people today.
I mean, I fuck with Vanta because he gives me pounds, which translate to
He
like a
pounds you?
dollar. I mean, he gives me pounds sterling. You can make fun of it, but British pounds, it's worth more than the US dollar.
Oi, bruv, the British pound is better, bruv.
I mean, it is. It is a fact. You know, we have guns and like not at the behest of Pakistanis, but their money is worth more, to be fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I do have to shout out Melanie Cosmic Fox on the Machiavelli stream. He posted some stuff that I did not see during the stream, and I should have seen it because it was an hour into the fucking stream, and I feel bad about it. Psychologist Bella De Puelo of the University of California, Santa Barbara, and Charles F. Bond Jr. of Texas Christian University reviewed 206 previous studies on deception and detective in 2006. These studies involved 24,483 observers judging the veracity of 6,651 communications by 4,435 individuals. Neither study volunteered nor law enforcement experts identified true from false communications at a rate higher than 54%. Other studies reveal the same results. Even in individual experiments, accuracy ranged from 31 to 73%, a 52% average. The impact of luck is apparent in small studies, said Bond, aka strategies to detect lies, even based on behavior, can often be wrong. I believe correctly inferring with a person is being deceitful based on nonverbal cues, i.e., speech errors, nervous fidgeting, or gaze aversion is a continued methodology that endangers the legitimacy of the
Chat
criminal
laughed at him. He
system,
said gay.
people's freedom in everyday life. The persuasive misconceptions are found globally across many cultures. One of the problems we face as scholars of lying is that everyone thinks they know how lying works, said Hartwig, who is a psychologist and a deception researcher at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. I might have to read that out multiple times because I should have fucking paid attention, but he dropped this to me in his self-promotion in his server, and I did not see this, and that would have been great to fucking bring up. And I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah, it would have been great to bring up.
I could have think of a perfect time to bring it up too, but I won't go there.
Yeah. I'm sad we don't get to see you and Dusty on Tariox.
Are you talking about me or Bumpkin?
Yeah. Which one are we talking about here?
Probably both, because we are the same person, except for you're like my authoritarian cop half, and I'm the fun-loving National Socialist half.
Oh my god, bro, just say you're a libertarian. It's okay. We're in a safe space
I'm not,
here.
but you know I'm not a libertarian.
I know it pisses you off. That's why
I will kill you. I will kill you. This is a threat. I'm a violent individual. I'm joking, YouTube. Don't take my channel away again. Oh man, are we gonna watch some America? Fuck yeah! Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to pull some America. Fuck yeah! Hold on, but before we do that, 6 minutes in, we need a grift no break. No, I'm not gonna do a grift no break yet.
Who the fuck are you talking to, woman? Learn how to read, motherfucker.
Country motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Learn how to spell.
Yeah, I mean,
learn how to write right.
I don't know what the You think with her forehead, she know how to write.
You broke her public contract.
What's her public contract?
Play this for America. I got you, Lauren. I got you.
Oh shit! You know what we haven't done yet? We haven't opened the panel.
Oh well, I mean, I would assume that it's open. I have Nightbot in my chat that now does that for me. I'm a slave owner, a true American.
Holy fuck! You have a fucking, that's crazy work.
I have Nightbot that gives out the Discord, the Ko-fi, and the Cashapp. Why the fuck did see? This is what owning slaves does. Makes you retarded. I shared the wrong thing. So here we go. This is from Lauren. She said, "Play this for America. This is for you, America." The European mind cannot comprehend the 4th of July.
I cannot.
So true, Ike. So true. he got 2 whips. But Bath and Beyond. Liberty, white slips, the Alamo, Band-Aids, Las Vegas, Christmas, immigrants, Popeye, Democrats, Republicans, sportsmanship, books.
Great video.
Good morning, D3 and Ike. How are you guys doing today? Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Bumpkin. How are you doing, Bumpkin?
Just got really tired for some reason.
Good morning, Zoomer. How are you guys doing? This is America.
Land of the
just got
free.
tired all of a sudden?
Yeah, land of the free, apparently. Home of the brave, supposedly. But I'll tell you what, we aren't fucking British, and I'm glad we're not British today. So let's
that is based.
Everyone,
have you guys ever read the book of the big book of British smiles?
Like, listen, any other day, any other fucking day, I will be polling.
Snowman.
Yo, what's up, Snowman?
MAGA in the soul.
Yeah. When someone asks, how are you doing? Are you supposed to tell the truth or give the standard positive answer? How do I want to answer that? Depends on the situation. I personally would see which answer is going to benefit me the most, and then I'm going to go with that answer.
Damn, bro, you Machiavellian as fuck. I would just say tell the truth.
See, the crazy thing about online personas is I can just like retarded. I get to be retarded, exactly. There's no repercussions about me not being Machiavelli while saying I'm Machiavelli. There's no repercussions from it. I can just like say I'm being truthful, right? I'm being truthful. Like, here's the truth. Does it benefit me? No, I'm not going to say it. Does it benefit me? Yes. All right, then I'll say that.
That just makes you a liar, Bumpkin. You know
that does not make me a liar.
I can tell by your rapid eye movements and your farts. I can tell you're lying from your farts, Bumpkin.
You know what's crazy about that?
Huh?
You wouldn't be able to tell.
I was like, I don't fart. No, I think that whole stream, like on Machiavellianism, And then like what Mel sent me, I wish I would have seen it, because that would have been so great to talk about. Like apparently the research, for those of you who are just tuning in, apparently I can read it again if you guys are interested. But apparently the research, and Mel sent a study that is compiled of several studies that dictate that everything Machiavelli says or is said about like Machiavelli detecting a lie is bullshit. Like, you can't actually detect a lie that way, and it's crazy, crazy. So I went what Lauren was talking about. I went on What's Up Cynthia show and talked to Tarek. It's like, I'm a neutral party, right? I'm trying to be a peacemaker. I'm trying to be a good boy, right? Make love, not war. And if we can't make love, you give war a chance, because war brides are great and they never say no. Like, so I went on there and I was talking to Tarek, and I was trying to figure out why he was doxing people. And he was like, "Well, I will give you that information at a later date." And I'm like, "Bro, but just give it to me now. Give me the information now. Tell me what I want to know now." He's like, "But it's too late. I can't." Like, this drug on for several hours, and I'm like, "Bro, it was too late at 12 o'clock in the evening. It is now 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're still like, I will give it to you at a later date." Like, just like, it's crazy. Just say you don't have it, or say you don't want to give it. Say you don't want to post the evidence. So you just doxed women because you hate women.
That's true. I thought we were 249 years old. I'm pretty sure we're 249. Next year's 250.
Why not? Yes, make love and war. That is great.
At the same fucking time. I love it. That's the level
Hey,
of
like,
chaos
if you ever
I
donkey
enjoy.
punched a bitch in the back of the head, all right? There's something satisfying about it.
What the fuck? That first reading, you got half the words wrong.
I don't know what he's talking about. What's
Chuck,
up, badass thing?
take your
Caucasian
meds.
Sasquatch. How you doing? And I see not look, you're Canadian, all right? We will not tolerate Canadians today. This is America Day. All right. America can do no wrong today. What's up, Denny-san? How you doing? Let me pull up. Some funny shit. You're not supposed to let dead air happen, Bumpkin.
Oh shit, sorry.
There we go.
I might need to make some coffee or something.
Legitimate causes for American.
Knock, knock, motherfucker. It's the United States of America, and I hear you guys got oil that isn't under my possession. So turn off the stove and return the oil to me before I have to resort to bringing democracy.
I mean, to be fair, it is our oil. It's just in their country.
Exactly. We own all the oil.
Yeah, every country is America. They just don't know it yet.
Exactly, bro. Especially Canada.
Boom, baby.
Boom, bada beam, bada beam, bada boom.
There's not a lot of
not a lot of pro-America stuff. You're gonna hate me, bruh. I'm tired as fuck.
Are you really? Motherfucker, I swear to God. You sit your fat ass right there and you stream. You understand me?
I'm falling asleep.
Well, I want to hear you. I want to hear you snore. This is a workshop.
Who the fuck is Ike?
Ike is a good guy.
Okay, just making sure. What's up, Ike?
Yeah, well, what's up with all this falling asleep, needing coffee? It's America. Come on, man.
All we need is oil to function.
We need to start a war or something.
Oh yeah, no, this is getting played. Hold on, I gotta mute everybody because I have to play it through the Discord. But no, this is getting played after I get. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Industrico. This is what was needed. There you go, Industrico. Are you happy now?
Holy fuck.
So how are you doing, Ike? Jesus, that was ear rape.
Well, I'm doing great. How are you, Orthodox Guy?
I am high energy because I woke up on 5 hours of sleep and drank some coffee, and now I'm like running around like a dog with the Zoomers.
Gotcha. What are you doing for over the weekend? I asked the question, and it's kind of reminiscent of what D3 just mentioned about asking how you're doing and stuff like that. Do I really care what you're doing over the weekend, Orthodox? No, not really, not in that sense. And it's not about not caring about you or who you are, but I don't really give a fuck what you're doing over the weekend. So why the fuck did I ask that? It's interesting.
So you were being very Machiavellian, right? But I can smell your farts, and I can tell you're lying, Ike. All right, and I'm gonna put it in my pocket for several months in the future when it can affect you most, or when you're emotionally vulnerable. And then I'm like, I can smell the lies.
That shit.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the funny word, and that is not Industrico's fault. That was completely my fault. I saw the Patriot and was like, ooh, Patriot meme. So, yeah, that was a bad decision. But at the same time, it's a joke. YouTube is okay. Oh, shit, it's the Lady Snow. How you doing, Snow? But here we go. Yeah, that's an American. That's the shit I like.
United States of America, and I hear you guys got oil that isn't under my possession. So turn off the stove and return the oil to me before I have to resort to bringing democracy.
So today is just a 4th of July stream, because hopefully me and the homies will be able to go and shoot some fireworks off today and not be harassed by the police at the river.
I'm shooting guns.
I mean, I've already went outside and shot guns last night.
Yeah, but you do that to keep the property value down. It's different.
Yeah, no. On the 4th of July, we shoot the big guns, not just the pistol.
What's your big guns like?
My Mauser, my Mosin, my AR, my 12 gauge.
Gay.
What's so gay about the you shut your whore mouth?
45 stops all of that.
Oh my god, the biggest gun known to man, the 45. See, here's the thing, right? Nukes are fake. What we did was we hung out a boomer, like we tapped a boomer to a B-57 or whatever, a fucking flying fortress, and we gave him a golden 1911, and he just aimed it at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's actually the damage from an M1911.
Welcome to the panel, the third host that has power here. What's up?
Oh, chickens man. What's up with you guys?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. Life is awesome.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. I do need to get some sleep at sometime though, because I do have a date with a yard and a lot of alcohol for tonight. So
Or you should stay up and just get drunk as fuck and then crash out tonight at your family's place and be an inconvenience, because that would be funny.
Oh no, I'm already gonna be inconvenienced. Like, whose yard do you think I'm passing out in? It's gonna be my sister's yard for sure.
Yeah, no, that's always a great time.
Today
I'm gonna pass out on the river. Like I'm gonna be like,
I got red, white, and blue overalls too, bro.
I'm on big homie time, so I float. So I'm just gonna be like getting drunk on Jaeger and like just fall asleep in the river.
I float without a floatable device.
Today
I'm impervious to drowning. Hate harder.
What's up, Chuck?
I got a dumb question.
Bye, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck. Stop being mean to Chuck.
What's your question, Chuck?
Funkin just said he got a. Funkin said he had a date tonight, and he's going to pass out on a sister.
Bumpkin is not southern enough for that.
Okay. It sounded weird. That's why.
Look, down here.
Something.
No. Yeah, that did sound weird. I'm tired. Yes. Let me rephrase that. The actual front yard of her house.
Sisters are fair game, no?
I'm gonna need to get you the fuck up out of here, bro. It's way too early for that shit.
No. I like the furthest we go is about third or fourth cousin.
Third or fourth cousin. Okay, all right.
That's fair. That's fair game.
That.
That's fair game at the family reunion. Anything past that is just nasty.
I told you the joke about the kid that got married, right?
Was it you?
Well, okay. Kid gets married. Him and his woman go off for the honeymoon. Next morning, kid's banging on his dad's door. Dad lets him in and says, "What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be on your honeymoon." He said, "Well, Dad, I need to borrow some money." He said, "For what?" He said, "I need to get a divorce." He said, "A divorce? You just got married yesterday." He said, "Well, Dad, you don't understand. She was a virgin." Dad said, "You're right, son. She's not good enough for her family. She's not good enough for ours." I got another one, but it's a little darker.
Nah, brother, go ahead. I got one. How do you circumcise a redneck?
Kick his
sister in the jaw.
Yeah.
Kick his sister in the jaw.
The other one's a little gross. I'll save it for later.
We will not be having any redneck slander today.
Well, this one's a little too sick. It borders on the line of, we'll save this one for some
Just go ahead. I mean, you're teasing, poking, prodding. Like,
stop being a cock tease already.
I don't want to get your channel taken down or a bunch of haters.
Fuck the haters. Fuck
if
them.
They ain't
Let them
taking
cry.
it down yet. They aren't going to.
You don't understand, young lady. Sir, are you ordering me to fire into the...
By the way, for context, this is the Americans to the British military in the Revolutionary War.
Yes, goddammit! Waste the motherfuckers! 6 out!
Wow. What movie was that?
Rules of Engagement.
Okay.
If you've never seen the movie, there was actual more than half that crowd was actually shooting at them. It's intended to look ambiguous, but more than half that crowd was shooting at them.
Human shields. Yeah.
And if you're paying attention when he's on the radio, you can literally hear bullets whizzing off the fucking
wall.
Zone. Yeah, but it's intent. The movie's called Rules of Engagement. It's actually one of those military law documentaries, like not documentaries, but dramas.
Yeah.
And it's literally intentionally trying to show the audience that there was no guns for the setup of like how shit can get chaotic and one person can throw a rock, or like people can say, "Oh, that was a rock," or "da da 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 da," that wasn't bullets, and you're not there, so you just can't make that call. What the movie's supposed to depict. You found
kind of like Vietnam when the kids were delivering hand grenades.
Well, see, my thing is, I don't believe war crimes exist. Unironically. Like, war crimes are not a thing, and
they're not.
No, like war crimes are war crime. War crimes are only for losers to cry because they lost. You beat us too meanly. Apparently, this is me and Bumpkin reenacting the Revolutionary War.
Which one's the fairy?
Okay, come on out. Let's fight.
Bumpkin is Little Spoon.
Okay.
Hey, whoa, what's going on? Dang it, I missed. What the heck are you doing? You gotta come fight. Come out and fight. No, absolutely not. That's the rules.
Both
What
of
are you
those guys
doing?
are
No, you have to
entirely
come
too
out
skinny
and
to be
line up.
either of
I'm
you
not
two.
coming out there. I'm gonna get shot immediately. Oh, so what is this? You're not wearing the uniform. Your guys' uniforms make you look like big dorks. We're just wearing regular people clothes. Oh, okay. You're above that. Okay, you're too big for this. Shut up. Okay, shut up. That's really rude. Stop that. Stop. No, I'm not. I'm seriously not going to. Heads up. Stop it. Stop doing. Hey, okay, come on out. Just line up right now. Absolutely not. These are the rules. What's the sucky rules? Why did I go out there? Okay, but that's pretty lame of you guys to dump all of our tea out. That was a low blow. You got to admit that. Tea's for nerds. Tea is for nerds. That was honestly, we were doing you a favor.
Okay, I now support the British.
I see that.
Tea is great. Tea is wonderful.
T is for sissies.
Hey, look here, old man. I swear to God. Alright? This isn't the jungle.
Unless it's a good southern sweet tea.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I'm drinking
I thought you were drinking hot tea. You know, with your little pinky sticking out.
Oh no, I drink hot tea, but I drink southern sweet tea right when it's freshly made, and it's so fucking good. But then nothing beats on a hot day some iced tea.
Yep.
It's the greatest thing ever. I mean, now this is literally just me and Bumpkin arguing.
With that crap. Whoa, now it's personal. Tea. Oh, lovely. Hello, Governor. I'm going to drink some tea. Can I have some stinking crumpets with that crap? You guys have a sucky drink and you know it. Stop saying that. Okay, sorry, too far. It's okay. Just don't let it happen again. Okay. Stop! Hey, oh, you missed me. You missed me. Hey, Yankee Doodle went to town. Too late. Doesn't matter. We took that song. It doesn't hurt our feelings anymore. That's ours. What? That's ours. What? You took that? That was like our favorite song to sing about you guys. I know, and we took your song just like we're going to take your dumb land, dummy. Okay, fine. Well, we're going to go team up with the natives, and then we're going to come get you guys in there. No. They're already on our team. What? How'd you get them? Ask nicely. Okay, so since they're on your team, are you going to give them equal rights in your new country? No!
And that last part went really hard for no reason. No.
What did you think of that shit last night, Orthodox?
Tarek shit, bro. It was fucking retarded.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah.
I've never seen. He's dense. He's just dense.
He goes in the place of women and gets mad that women are better at it than him. it's like I'm gonna go act like a woman around women and then dox women for being better women than me. It's like tranny coded as fuck. Like I swear to God.
You should make a short out of that.
No, because if I make a short out of that, I'm literally just gonna post. I'm gonna use AI to Photoshop Tarek's face on like the nastiest tranny that I can find.
Well, you know there's going to be a video out about us today.
He can make a video about me. I tried to be very, very nice, fair, and not take a side.
All bullshit.
Was you up there when that porn dude came up?
Yeah, no, me and Dusty was the ones up there. I went up there first, and Dusty wanted to go up there and talk because he had some questions.
No.
Tarek was
I'm talking about on Cynthia's channel.
Oh, Cynthia got porn bombed?
No, that dude that does porn. What's his name? Whoremaxer?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he popped up, Tarek ran. He wanted nothing to do.
Apparently, Tarek doesn't like Whoremaxer.
Well, he's a yeah, he doesn't.
Pretty sure he's mad they got bigger cocks than he does. Nah, dudes don't really get dick envy. That's a chick thing. That is true, Denizen. I think you're all wrong. He's an active subversive with Muslim tendencies. No, okay, so the thing is, right? I try, and this is how I really, unless I'm part of an organization or I'm trolling you or you've pissed me off, right? I try to be fair and balanced and be as neutral as possible when I'm part of a conversation, right? And I was trying to do that same courtesy to Tarek, but he just kept going, I will go get the proof and I will show the proof in the future. And I'm like, well, why don't you go get it now? No, it is too late. And I'm like, bro, you've been on here for 4 goddamn hours. You show me the proof. It is too late.
He gave himself away too with all that feedback. And I said, dude, you're recording us on your other phone.
People who want to look, I feel like there should be a tech level requirement to be subversive and Machiavellian. I feel like you should have to have a desktop computer at the minimum, because recording people with a dual monitor setup is so much easier than trying to record people on a phone and doing it bootleg.
Well, no, he was using 2 phones is what the thing was.
It's even easier if you got monitors.
He had us on StreamYard, and then he had YouTube on the other phone recording. That's why it was feeding back.
Well, no, see, okay, so I did discover that Lindsay is hot for an old lady. All right, I am thankful for that. All right, look, like I told Tarek, and I am nothing if not consistent on this point. If you're hot, you can get away with doing things. All right. Like I don't care about the opinions of women unless they're hot, and just because they're hot doesn't mean that I'm gonna listen to them. But I definitely care more about their opinion if they're hot.
Is that why you don't listen to Pumpkin?
Shit, I don't even listen to my wife, dude. What are you talking about?
I think Pumpkin fell asleep already.
Yes.
To all our viewers out there, if you do happen to throw any donations my way, they all go to my daughter because today's her 2nd birthday.
Ooh, you got youngin'.
It's her personality that's not the. See, that's the thing. Who really cares about a woman's personality? Unless she's got 2 big honking personalities, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. This show is completely funded by women.
Caucasian, are you suggesting that my wife is... Well, I guess if she's a snow woman, she would be cold, wouldn't she? You got me there.
Based. I was going to give you money until I found out you were breeding.
Yes, I do want you to give me money because until you found out I was breeding. Absolutely.
Look, all I'm saying is fear el bumpkino.
I found out last night that Sasquatch was having twins.
The world should be afraid, be very afraid.
His wood nymph. Yep.
El bumpkino is not approved. By the way, Dennison, here's the link if you want to join. I don't know if Nightbot had been posting. Oh, well, never mind. Nightbot just posted it. That's funny.
Oh man, my brain still ain't working, man. I ain't had my whole cup of coffee yet. Jesus Christ.
See, all I need is autism and God. And I wake up with all the energy.
I need caffeine and chaos.
I got chaos for you.
Shit, was it 4 o'clock or so when the show ended? Ortho?
I went to bed like a couple hours before it ended.
I think she ran like 7 hours. You could tell too.
Yeah.
Barbecue today. It's gonna be fucking hot.
That's gonna be the base part today. Is all the barbecue. And I'm gonna go pinch from my neighbors, me and the homie, and then we're gonna go around 3 o'clock to the fucking river and fucking camp out there and sleep. Can't wait.
That's American as fuck.
Yeah, well, we can't bring guns because game wardens are assholes. So we gotta do our gun shooting.
That's not American at all.
You think? Game warden? Yeah, they fuck that shit.
No, game wardens are like, this is a public park. You can't have shotguns here. You can't have ARs here. Anything fun is not allowed. Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking green
That's
Boy
why I
Scout
like
bastard.
Indiana. That's where public
My-
guns are out at public parks, especially state funded.
My kid got a ticket for a little electric scooter in a state park in Illinois for riding it on the roadway. Since it's a state park, the roads are considered public road. Therefore, it needs the lights and all the safety devices and turn signals. And you got to be kidding me!
It's because
The
you
kid
said
was
that you're gonna fall in love
10.
with a woman because of her personality. Yeah, her two big honking personalities. Am I right, fellas?
As long as
What,
they
her
don't talk,
right ass cheek and her left ass cheek?
I'm a boob man, sir.
I'm sorry, but your gifts for people that donate says otherwise, sir.
I can't show boobs on YouTube.
no.
Fuck you can. I do all the time.
Yeah, but see, I'm trying to be a good boy.
You can.
This is Gator Gitmo, by the way.
Some build walls. We nurture ecosystems of freedom.
Is it true you use live predators for security?
We prefer the term patriotic volunteers with a unique skill set.
And this is our state-of-the-art, 100% organic biological filtration system. It also doubles as our welcome committee.
Oh my God! Get it off me!
This is inhumane!
Ma'am, our reptilian contractors are all free range and ethically sourced. Got a bite? Careful, if it's one of the staff, you have to throw it back.
This place is a supervillain's lair!
Thank you. We've been working very hard on the branding.
Warden, critics say holding people in tents in this heat is inhumane.
It's an immersive, authentic Everglades experience. We spare no expense providing that authenticity.
This very land was saved from a jet port in the 60s. It's a protected treasure.
And look at us now, turning yesterday's failures into today's freedom.
Gator Gitmo is a concentration camp!
Sir, this is a wetland. No, you're free. Go, swim to freedom.
No, you can't use the Python airdrop card on my protester piece. That's an illegal move.
This one's got a rattle in the tail again.
Just put in a maintenance request. They'll get to it.
Frank, we've discussed this. The power consumption is still too high.
But sir, think of the morale boost. And the laser dot chase feature is a huge enrichment activity.
Can you respond to Germany's claim that Gator Gitmo violates international law? Germany should focus less on our reptile security and more on their NATO spending.
It's a brilliant jobs program. We're putting America's alligators back to work.
They're not alligators. They're amphibious government drones. The pythons are the charging cables.
I think that was quite humorous. I'm not gonna lie. What do y'all think?
It was gay.
Yeah. You're gay. You're gay and you're full of hate. How about that? Well, I am straight and full of love.
I was just reading a report a while ago where we're sending troops to Florida to help with the ICE people.
Oh, we're referring to them as people now?
Well, I couldn't think of the proper pronunciation. I'm a wee bit tired. ICE Patrol. The Department of Illegals. Whatever the hell you want to call them. Where are they putting that? Where are they putting that? Alligator prison. Yeah.
Gator
Florida?
Gitmo.
Up in Florida?
Yeah,
Or Georgia?
the Everglades. No, that's the Everglades in Florida.
I know they got that old rocket launch down there, missile
Gators are all
silo.
hires.
All right, I got some funny songs I want to show you. No, never mind. These funny songs make Angry Snowman angry. Bumpkin wanted to stream, and now he went to sleep. I'm playing shit that I enjoy.
Play it.
No, I got you. Hold on. We're gonna watch a Kentucky Ballistics video.
What's
You
up?
won't get a
My name is Scott.
copyright, will you?
Ballistics, and today
No.
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been invited out here by DTV Arms. They are a minigun manufacturer. Point it. Ooh.
America, fuck yeah!
No way he's in Nashville.
I hit like one pineapple. I don't know. Okay.
That was fucking awesome. That is
What color-
America as fuck.
What caliber was that?
It was 7.62 by 51.
Okay.
Wait.
Ass caliber.
Are you God's strongest hater today, Snowman?
I'm almost done drinking my first cup of coffee, and I'll be okay.
You gotta get a blowjob and some coffee. All right.
Hey, it is America's birthday. That's not asking much.
That's what Bumpkin needs to wake him up.
Bumpkin
needs a bulldozer to wake him up.
Oh, he needed a dildo.
Oh Lord. Bumpkin's here,
Wow,
but he's asleep.
all I did was make a fat joke. You had to go and make a gay joke.
Yeah, you know. It's America after all.
It is America's birthday. What are we if we can't make fun of people for being gay?
Read.
You know what they say? Suck one dick and you're a dick sucker for life.
Oh Lord, hold on. Crazy. I can't believe you would say that. That is wild, Snowman.
Why did you suck a dick? Are you a lifelong dick sucker now?
Snowman, I don't think you'd suck a dick, but you'd definitely keep one in your mouth till the swelling went down, wouldn't you?
Absolutely not, dude. I'm not imperious and willing to take a finger up my butt just to make sure people don't have rights.
Right, Imperious. Imperious literally said that he would allow a finger up his ass if it meant that stupid people got
not just up his ass, but he would allow it up there until the rights were changed. That could be a long fucking time, dude. He could literally be walking around with a fucking permanent corn cob up his ass. That's probably what his problem is. He's got a fucking corn cob shoved up his fucking rectum since he was in his, 6th grade or some shit.
That's why we won't limp periods.
We won't know until October 3rd because he's banned from the channel and the Discord until then.
Just letting this soak.
Thank you, Ike. By the way, who is Republic Room? I don't know. My favorite actor, and it's not because of the anti-Semitism. He's just a really great actor.
To be honest, it's because of the anti-Semitism.
Shut up. No, it's not. He's just a good
I thought it was because he was Australian.
No, it's the something. If you actually, for those of you who are actually noticing, anti-Semites actually support freedom. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. America, fuck yeah. Scotland was just America before.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know that little bit of history.
Yeah. So
and now you know.
Oh, I think seems like William Wallace there was being Machiavellian.
Well, I mean, the British could smell his farts and see that he was lying. And in real life, they used it against him, and it was crazy.
Trapped his fart with all that lightning and shit.
Yeah.
The best part of that movie is when he takes that mace to that one fucking lord's face while he's sleeping.
Oh yeah, you talking about the one where they get their vengeance for the
for him raping his wife?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, remember he rides right up in his house on a fucking horse and fucking maces him in his sleep.
Yeah. And then like when the Scots start fighting back, it's like the greatest shit in movie history. Yeah, I want to play it because like it's right here.
That movie always gives me butterflies every time I watch it.
It's the different. This isn't the scene you're talking about, but this scene makes my willy tingle.
Oh, that's a good one too, though.
Just squat.
Right those things were like those things were like living erasers. You hit someone in the face, and that part of their face ceased to exist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were like 25 pounds being swung by dudes who did nothing but push plows for 30 fucking years. Your soul, you got hit with a fucking mace back then, your soul ceased to exist. That was like the first atom bomb. Like, imagine getting fucking atomized by a fucking retarded peasant with a mace. Like, fucking, no, bro. They wouldn't be me.
Someone says, what did Imperious do to get banned again? I'd be willing to bet it was just being Imperious.
He went off the deep end here lately.
Yeah, that's Imperious being Imperious, though. He can't help himself. I think he's got like some kind of retard syndrome.
I think so. I think he's 400 pounds and lives off of Cheetos while living in his mom's basement.
He snorts Cheeto dust in the morning to wake up.
Yep.
Look. Snorting Cheeto dust is a violation.
He's going to get mad because you're letting somebody talk shit about somebody that's not on the panel, and he's not allowed doing that.
He can pay $250 to come back up. He has all that lawyer money. Pay me, motherfucker.
Lawyer, dude.
He got a lifetime ban and flows.
I mean, he's halfway there to being a lawyer. He is a liar, but I don't know about lawyer.
This is the arbitrary funk. Mel Gibson, the Patriot.
Way home, get your brother and your sisters, and you take them to your Aunt Charlotte's. Understood? What did I tell you fellas about shooting?
Dude, when they
small. Boys. Samuel. Steady.
Is this the one where he runs from tree to tree?
No, I'm about to play it.
Dude, could you imagine being that guy's son and watching that for the first time in your life and understanding why everybody wants your dad in war? It's because he's a complete and total brutal savage.
Look, every you know how to tell that Euro's just mad, right? The Patriot is propaganda, nah, bro. That's why we won 2 world wars. All right. average American moment.
We bailed them out both times.
Dude, that's the American spirit right there.
This is the American spirit. This is the American spirit.
Democratic man mixed with being a savage.
Child soldiers, intelligence, and savagery. That is the essence of the American spirit. Unironically, and it's beautiful. All right,
it is.
We
dude.
achieved greatness,
It's a perfect combination. It's like like a tapestry that's been intricately woven together to create this exemplary exemplary person that exemplifies what it is to be an American. Child soldiers, intelligence, and fucking savagery.
Exactly. Like, Lauren, you cease to be afraid when you take someone's life, right? These kids are like, in this movie and in the Revolutionary War, young men as young as fucking 13.
Oh, yeah.
Fought and took life. They would have not been afraid of their dad. They're like, we were right there with our father in the thick of it. We were soldiers. We were good men.
Oh,
we
no.
followed orders.
I think at first it might give you a different appearance, opinion of what
noble savage, but not Indians based. We was the noble savage.
My dad lied about his age to get into World War II. He was only 16.
That's crazy. I've heard a lot of people doing that.
Well,
by the way,
that's when it was considered American to be patriotic, though.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, right? It will always be American to be patriotic. Fuck these people who hate our country.
12-year-old.
Damn right.
The fact zoomer.
But I agree. It would probably scare the fuck out of them because, think about it, right? You watch your dad go into a bloodlust where he's hacking British redcoat officers with a fucking Indian tomahawk. Like, Papa, you're not a savage. Why are you?
Think about it, you've only known your father as a gentleman and a plantation owner.
You've heard your quote unquote uncle's family friends talking about back in the war we skid, and then they stopped because they realized you were there. That's your your dad was a soldier, but you don't know the extent of his war crimes yet, and then you see him commit one. And you're like, oh, I see.
You know that the FBA's probably say that the part in that movie, you know how the slaves on his plantation all want to be there and work for him, all love the man. You know they probably say that's propaganda, that never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm more inclined to believe that there were plantation owners that were decent to their slaves, and their slaves didn't want to leave.
There was a lot of them that were.
I mean,
all I'm saying is, are you gonna go buy a Bugatti and beat the shit out of it, and run it ragged, and crash it into a wall?
My argument for the last fucking 4 years more is always been I've grown up around farmers my whole life, and I've never known a farmer to abuse his farm equipment. Ever.
Straight.
All I'm saying is money talks.
Unless they're a nigger.
Farm equipment is expensive.
Where did that come from?
This is America. We do not allow that hatred.
Oh, yeah.
That was racist.
That was super racist. And for once, it wasn't me that said it.
I was just wrong on so many levels.
But it was.
And also,
funny.
I'm just saying, war is a good way to find out that you get a boner from killing people. How else are you gonna find that out? Maybe that's your thing.
So true. That came straight from Tennessee. That came straight from the South. We understood every moment.
100%. I agree with that. That was Southern racism at its core.
And it was beautiful, all right? Bring that shit back. I'm
Didn't
kidding.
know it ever left. Ghost of something?
The Ghost. No, The Ghost. That was it. The Ghost.
Boys.
By the way, we're doing a watch party of The Patriot tomorrow.
Dude, absolutely.
On Friday. Yeah, in the Discord, we're doing a watch party of The Patriot. We can't do it on YouTube because it is still a copyright movie, but I'm going to visit the Piracy Ghost, and we're definitely going to do... Because, like, The Patriot is, like, one of my favorite movies.
Same here.
Samuel. Steady.
And copyright be damned. Copyright be damned. I will play all 5 minutes of this fucking clip because it is so badass. Hey, look. No. The Negro man is welcome in the watch party for one reason and one reason only. The only time that the whole we come together regardless of our race I have ever seen it be based and not cringy as fuck is in this movie. The black guy and the fucking Southern farmer. Well, they're all Southern farmers, but the black guy and the racist chunky white guy. That dynamic was the only time that has ever been cool or funny or even like relevant to the story. And it was just the thing, right? There was probably Recon, but back then it was like Untamed Wildness, so like you can't really count for everything. Plus, this is post-industrialized warfare or pre-industrialized warfare.
Yep.
Yeah, they absolutely could not count for one man and his two fucking not even adolescent sons.
Yeah, before guerrilla warfare in the post-industrial area, like you were actually looking for columns of people in the wood line. Like if your scouts didn't return, you assumed that way was dangerous.
Right, I get it that during the Revolutionary War, that was the first time that the English has had to deal with people not fighting what was called gentleman's warfare.
Yeah, but see, fuck that. That shit's gay. I would have been the guy picking you off from the fucking line because it's retarded to line up and shoot each other. That's like that literally that studying Napoleonic warfare is what makes me question fascism, right? Whenever you hear me and Bumpkin going at it, like because like that's how you get aristocratic fucking warfare, gentleman warfare. It's retarded. You're literally sacrificing your citizenry and your men for the sake.
Imagine being on the front lines and knowing that you're the first to die.
Yeah, like it's retarded. Like you expect so much from your peasants and citizens, but give them so little in return. That's why I'm a national socialist, but we don't have to get there.
No, I'm just saying, dude. Imagine the level of I don't know what you would call it, man, bravery or whatever. To actually stand on the front lines like that, and knowing what your fate was about to be. Think about that for a second. That is fucking wild.
They dressed better, left a better looking corpse.
For love of country. I know when I was getting shot at, that's the only thing I kept thinking was, oh Lord, let me kiss my ass goodbye.
Rifles in the air make a cloud of smoke so it was hard to see your enemy.
Yes, it's called smoke screening. It's actually where we get smoke screens from. Either they would shoot blank artillery canisters or shoot into the air so that they could get into position and line up for volley fire.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. I know.
Pegasus.
Okay.
Well, now I feel stupid for even asking that question.
Well, they used to do that in the Civil War too, with cannons. Make a smoke screen so the troops could move without being seen.
Yeah. They would shoot blank canisters or actual smoke shells.
Or
that's not a stupid question, by the way, because like people tend to think that you line up your army in full view of your enemy, and then you shoot each other. That's kind of like 50% of the time.
They still flanked each other and shit like that, and you had to have a little bit of anonymity to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they try to put it because like if you have a shittily rifled gun or no rifled at all, if you have a smoke screen you're already struggling seeing, it's gonna throw off your aim even more.
Yep.
So like half the fucking volley is gonna miss anyway. So like the smoke screens actually aren't for fucking like actually screening movements, but just. But by the way, I love that people like call this out as like this movie is propaganda, but they'll see that intricacy, right? But did y'all see the guy turn his face in fire? The British guy. So there's been a lot of psychology research in fighting wars since like the 1700s, and psychologically speaking, like scientifically speaking, 90% of soldiers do not want to kill their fellow human. So when they're firing, they're not actively looking down sights or trying to accurately aim.
Until after a few kills.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes having friends die, and well, you know from experience. So I'm not gonna naysay you or try to
You're okay.
say anything on there.
You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Well, I mean, it's like somebody who has far less experience trying to correct someone who's like been there, done that.
Doesn't bother my feelings.
By the way, Zephyr, turkey shoots are fucking wonderful things to grow up going to. I went to a lot of those as a child as well.
Like shooting fish in the bear. I mean, I would disagree.
I would absolutely disagree.
But there is a psychological issue when it comes to killing other humans.
Yeah.
That's the difference, right?
When you're doing your own species.
Chuck's fields were blown off in the war. Chuck, you should do like a sad video where you're like, I lost my feelings in the war.
I left them over in Vietnam. I haven't been able to find them since.
Parts of me didn't come home. It's just your feelings in the jungle.
My feelings are still fighting the war in the jungle against the gooks.
With the Sarah McLachlan song in the background, yeah.
In the arms of an angel.
Oh, man. 90% utopists disagree. No, I think that it's like, because we are omnivores, right? So omnivores and carnivores, I think it is in our DNA, it's in our genetics to kill for food, right? And here's the thing, when you kill another human, you're not doing that to eat. Hopefully you're not doing that to eat. If you're doing that to eat, whoa there, calm down, Donald.
Bigger issue in life that you need to have looked into.
What was that thing called? The Donner Party? We're not the Donner Party.
The Dahmer Party, more like it.
Donner.
Yeah, I know the Donner Party.
You said daughter party for a second there.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I think they did eat one of their daughters.
I'd hate to be the fattest person, but you're the first one that's gonna go.
Actually, you would think that the youngest would be the first one to go because the meat would be more tender.
Okay. Lauren brings up a good point too. A lot of these shots from like the Revolutionary and Civil War, like they were like slow gut shot, abdomen wounds, like because they weren't
50 cal round balls, weren't they?
Yeah, they were 50 cal balls moving at the speed of a fucking snail, so they barely pierced in just enough to cause a massive hole and fucking set in sepsis.
Yeah, my comment did sound a little Jewish.
That's crazy.
As long as you start singing a bar mitzvah, we're okay.
Honestly, if you really want to know the truth about it, while people try to say that you would empathize with it, and there is evidence that people would do that, given what we know about humanity, or hungry apes, or like great apes in general, it's a 50-50 shot whether you would empathize. It depends on if it's a member of your tribe or not.
Chances are it's getting eaten.
Yeah. Like it's a 50-50 shot. Like it's not black and white, not laws. That's why I don't like you commies. By the way, this is America Day. All right, we're gonna stop listening to you Canadians until you learn your rightful place as the 51st territory. Don't cry, little Jimothy. That's your future as well. Not dying, but being a badass. Little Jimothy is scared. Don't worry, you'll learn to kill in time.
Well, isn't that the oldest brother they're trying to save?
Yeah, that's the oldest son. I don't know. I know there's some historical claims that various militaries do that. Where were the Mexicans? Mexicans didn't exist at this time. As soon as son's like, oh shit.
Yeah, my freedom boner is fully erect.
But like the Patriot, we're definitely watching the Patriot tonight in the Discord. I'm gonna post the Discord for you guys. Well, I'm gonna get Nightbot to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you weren't gonna be home.
I'm coming. I'm staying home. We're watching the Patriot. I'm kidding. I'm not staying home. After the stream, we're watching the Patriot. I don't know what I'm doing. We have plans, but plans are quite frequently fucked around here. Because we're poor white folks. Speaking of poor white folks, you guys should hit the Cashapp. Help a homie out on the 4th of July. Go buy some fireworks. You don't have to because it is a holiday, but it would be appreciated. So speaking of, have you guys ever seen the Bullet Lifetime from like the movie Lord of War?
Possibly,
No.
but hey, I'm gonna bounce off here for a bit, man. If you're gonna be on after a while, I'll hop back on.
I will try to be, but I don't know if I will. I don't know how long I'm going. I was streaming for Bumpkin because I was gonna try to get it early on my 4th of July party, but Bumpkin wanted to stream and then he fell asleep.
Right.
Well, he's got his finger up in Pierce's ass.
No, it's my daughter's birthday, so I gotta go spend some time with her too, man. So.
Well, have a good one.
Yep. Later, folks.
Yes, Lord of War is also a great movie. But I call it The Life of a Bullet because I don't know what they do, but this is the intro to the movie and it's kind of great.
A little bit. The smell of napalm in the air.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Did y'all actually listen to Fortunate Son over there, or was that like after the war? Was that just a trope?
I think it was towards the end, if I'm not mistaken.
So y'all definitely listen to music while getting airlifted in, or is that just a trope?
1969 it came out.
Yes, D3. Chuck was in Nam. He lost his feelings in the war.
I came in right at the tail end. I saw my action was in other places.
Ammo. Like, I hate communism, right? But if there's one thing communist countries did good, it's making guns and ammunition.
Well, that's what made the AK-47 so badass. It could get dirty as hell in fire. You know, in the mud and all that. Whereas an M16, you didn't want that some bitch get dirt in it, malfunction on you.
That's kind of based. You have a belt fed. Look, this is America Day, all right. We don't care about copyright, all right. We're just watching. We're just watching some awesome.
Yeah, you're not blunt. This is like a promo or demo, whatever they call it.
Yeah, this is Soviet ammo is trash. I don't know, man. Like, I have a lot of Russian surplus, and I've never had a problem. This makes me laugh. It's like, oh, yes, you're a good little bullet, aren't you? Be safe. Like, just that's a good, cute little bullet. It's safe, Yuki baby. Like it's crazy to me. Like, what is the point of the commissar? Just like, hey, I don't need dissidents in this box. Like, it's fucking crazy. You can tell a bullet, a good quality bullet, by the carbon buildup. It's actually the carbon buildup that makes it a great bullet. Burn. It's all about the burn, baby. That's actually how you can tell it's a military bullet. Am I right or wrong, Chuck? The
What's
carbon
that?
buildup. The carbon buildup.
So we used to get some funky ammunition from time to time. They must have pulled out of a warehouse that had been sitting for years. Oh, we'd have to get rid of it. You couldn't shoot it out of an M16. It don't like dirty bullets.
Well, I mean, like fucking like military ammo is known for like huge amounts of like fucking carbon buildup. But I love how I love how this like depicts the Soviet Union sending weapons and arms to like African nations in the fucking 60s and 70s. I think it's Zambia or I think this is the country where they have the AK-47 on their flag when they had their civil war. By the way, I'm gonna be honest, unpopular opinion. Some of these countries that fought repetitive civil wars, I feel like are more American than the modern American because they're at least fighting for what they believe in. Just fair opinion, or unpopular opinion.
Kill that nigger.
Oh yeah, that wasn't Chuck.
Oh Lord!
If Joe cooled down there, he'd be driving in my house wanting to take me down.
Yo, what's up, Truism? Hit the link. This is America Day.
Yeah, I spent $250 yesterday at the butcher shop.
Right onto the ground. So true. Guns are lame. No, you're lame. Yeah, Mozambique. There we go.
That had to be not laws that said guns are lame or melt.
That was not laws.
Yep. Get too much sugar from that maple syrup in his tank.
Scrambled eggs, brain.
Well, a headshot. Well, let's see what's
Fair
the video. Get extra points for that in the video game for them headshots.
Well, I mean, it's a tragic reality. It is an unfortunate reality of conflict in that part of the world, and even in Europe. At times, it's all about what you need to get done and the manpower that they have. You know, it's a tragic thing, but it happens. Not to be too overly uncritical of it, but you know. Oh my god. I was looking up, I saw a video on the Uniboomer pistol.
The Uniboomer, which one's that?
The Unabomber.
He's got a pistol dedicated to him. His pistol. What's the Unibomber?
He made a homemade pistol.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay.
A lot of people look up to that dude, but I don't understand why.
Most people that look up to him are just being edgy. But there is something fundamentally American about his ideals if you study them.
His
like
manifesto. Yeah.
Yeah. Like most philosophers or most people who do things like that and make a manifesto, because they're just radical philosophers at the end of the day. Most of the people that do that, they may, whether they have a coherent message or not, which the Unabomber did, Ted Kaczynski did have a cohesive manifesto and ideology and belief system, and it's one that I tend to more or less agree with. But most people, when they agree with a dissident or someone who does something violent, it's just to be edgy and to be basically a sassy black woman about it.
I agree.
They don't actually take the time to study the beliefs that these people are actually talking about. Oh, I found this woman gun tuber on YouTube a few days ago, and I do want to show her. If we get hit, we get hit. I'll just do a manual review. Might lose it because the racial slur is, but it doesn't matter. She's doing a Nepalese Ghanaian carbine, and it's a trap door, and it's pretty fucking
Gahinder
based.
carbine. Weighing in at 7.6 pounds and with an overall length of 37.9 inches, this just looks like someone took off some of the rifle's length and called it a day. To start, lever the action open and pop in a single round of 450 Martini. Since this is the extremely rare carbine version, we went with an even more reduced load than last time. Shorter, thus lighter, it is handier. Still consisting of a number of hand-fit, poor quality parts, our action remains just as rickety. The trigger is insanely heavy, and the angle of pull is so awkward. Our sights have changed to reflect a shorter intended range, with a tangent ladder V-notch rear and barleycorn front with sort of protectors. Unusual point, the few on record sport a single sling swivel at the rear, suggesting a much older cavalry doctrine. Produced around the year 1911, this isn't very confidence-inspiring, but I would consider giving it the title of King of the Handmade Guns.
If you'd like to know more, subscribe to See an Arsenal.
So, like, that just goes to show you the types, like, they were still hand-making firearms in 1911. Like, in factories and shit. And, like, that goes to show you the invention and the inventiveness of the firearms industry. My personal opinion, I think it's pretty based.
She said 19.
I like trapdoor. Yep.
Damn, I can only imagine what it was like in the Civil War. Was it what rifle was that? The Springfield or no, not Spring. When they came out. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember what they use now. If you want to ask them, they'll tell you.
When they switched from the muzzle loaders to the actual carbines.
Oh, the Springfield 1891.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first bolt action that we used.
They made all those by hand.
Yeah, they made a lot of those guns by hand. This guy Mersha, he does a lot of good firearms. This one is on the AK. This is on the AK 103.
Or shoot the cows?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just asking.
Thank the Chinese for inventing guns.
No, Chinese invented gunpowder.
Gunpowder. The Byzantines and Middle Easterners invented guns. Not even the Byzantines. The Turks invented guns with the abacus, or however you say it.
Is this an AK?
Yes. This is actually the modern variant of the AK.
Wait a minute. You're cheating now. You're putting a scope on it.
Chuck really just said, "Niet, rifle is fine, comrade." That is kind of sexy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I love Eastern Bloc weapons, even in the modern day. And bink. Oh, he missed. Bink. He missed again. You got it.
When I lived in Illinois, used to use the state police range for qualification, which was right outside the maximum security prison. And they would, when we come out there to do our qualifying, they would bring the prisoners out and line them up against the fence, and I basically tell them, "Go ahead and try."
Yeah, run away. This is how good our guards can shoot. Imagine being the worst group of guards to shoot, and the prisoners all decide, like, I think we actually may have a chance here, fellas.
That might have been why they brought them out there to see what was going on. I don't know. But you would think a riot gun would be just as good as a rifle.
I'm a real man. I have a laser sight tomahawk.
I remember they were demonstrating, trying to sell some weapons to the army, and we got to shoot that shotgun that had the round barrel magazine or a round canister magazine on it. And it was a shotgun. That thing was wicked. I don't know if they ever bought them or not. We was just testing them out.
Talking about the AA-12s, the first generation.
You'd have to show me a picture. It's been too many years.
I don't have one right now. The first AA-12s had a drum mag, and then they due to their military trials, they went to stick mag. The AA-12.
Okay, probably what it was then. I guess I could get mine out and look, but I don't feel like digging it up.
I would show a restoration video, but part of I'm not sure on the TOS for firearms because it says that you can't show people like milling out a lower receiver. I don't know if that would be considered manufacturing.
Yes, that would get you in trouble, I think.
Well, no, it's a full restoration. It's like an actual like rusted out gun.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll show what I'm talking about for reference, but I won't play the video.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I don't know if them restoring that would be considered manufacturing or not, so I won't play it. I wish YouTube had like a help hotline where you could just like reach out to somebody and chat like, "Hey, is this TOS?"
Or a more precise definition of what they consider. But they keep it vague like that on purpose.
Yeah, they want to pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Because if it's funny, if it's leftists doing gun club, it's okay. Never would have been a problem.
True. So you think Elon's going to start up a third party?
I think it's going to be irrelevant if he does.
Did you see that tweet from the other day?
I haven't really been. I haven't really been on Twitter.
I don't do Twitter either. I just seen it on YouTube.
What did he say?
He said it's time for a new start in America. It's time that we just don't have Democrats and Republicans. It's time for a new third party. But see, a couple of weeks ago, there was scuttlebutt about him trying to start up a third party before the next election, since him and Trump don't get along anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that coming a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was America too, Lauren. I thought we had freedom at one time. My bulldog does fat kid things.
Well,
you mentioned
Go ahead.
You mentioned the trench gun, right? And then my favorite shot, I had to look up my favorite shotgun. I got mad because there was a video in my recommended that I wanted to watch that was about this gun, but it's no longer there. I don't know what happened, but this is the World War I Winchester 1897 trench shotgun. It is the best shotgun out there.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum. Please excuse the voice. I'm getting over some congestion here, but it is not going to stop me from showing you this World War I Winchester Model 1897 trench gun.
We'll get back to that in just a second. But Lauren wants something played that is very topical. This is me anytime YouTube or a big corporation doesn't let me just do my rights.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was in America. I'm sorry. Oh, is this a communist country or something? I thought this is America. This is America. This is America.
So speaking of I think this is America, right? My homeboy, we got pulled over going to the lake about, I think it was last year. And none of us were wearing seatbelts. And the cop came out and was like, "Why aren't y'all wearing a seatbelt?" I just gave a really smart ass answer because I already
What kind of cop was it?
It was an African American, really, really obese
No,
cop.
I meant city, county, state.
City.
Okay.
The two type of cops that give me problem, whether they're white or black, are fat cops.
With the sunglasses?
No, just being a fat ass. They do all the fucking most annoying shit.
That's why you got to learn to carry donuts in your car.
Yeah, I've had similar experience with that too. Yes, those fat cops. Just yeah. Go ahead.
It's just evil. But like, he asked my homie, and my homie, like, I converted my homie from being a nice young Canadian gentleman who was like an American citizen because his mom was from New York, right? But he was born in Quebec. I transformed him into being a nice, polite Canadian, like an anti-communist national socialist, right? And this guy, unironically, speech impediment and all, I love my homie, speech impediment and all, funny voice and all, looked at the cop. Why don't you wear your suit? Because it's communism and I don't believe in it. Ironically,
crap.
And the cop literally wrote that on the ticket as reasons for doing the crime.
That's ballsy.
Better to get shut down than shit down, am I right?
This is the iconic version of the American combat shotgun, produced and used in World War I. Now, the U.S. Army had experience with combat shotgun use going into World War I. The U.S. Army had used shotguns in the Philippines, fighting the insurrection against the Moros. They had taken combat shotguns, Winchester 1897s, in fact, along with the Mexican punitive expedition in 1916. The American, like the Old West, as we think of it today, the Western expansion in the U.S. had featured fairly substantial use of shotguns as a combat weapon loaded with buckshot. And there was an appreciation in the U.S. for how effective of a close combat weapon a shotgun really could be. Much more of an appreciation than there was in the various European militaries. The British and the French both did consider use of shotguns during World War I, and both rejected it on the idea that they just wouldn't really have been effective. It seems most likely they were.
Turns out to be the most effective weapon for close quarter combat. That's crazy.
Thinking primarily about birdshot, which wouldn't have been effective, but that was really the predominant role that shotguns took in Europe at the time. They didn't have the use of shotguns as buckshot loaded combat weapons that we did here in the US. So anyway, when the US gets formally into World War I, they're looking at the weapons that are going to be needed. And in this case, it is actually with the direct intervention of General Pershing, Blackjack Pershing. Of course, the Americans would have a general named Blackjack who wants to take combat shotguns into the trenches, right? Well, he does. The idea of jumping into a trench with a bolt-action Springfield rifle is not really morale boosting. Like you've only got five rounds. They're relatively slow to fire. and it's a long gun at close range, not great. We didn't have submachine guns. Of course, the whole concept of the submachine gun is just coming into existence by the very end of World War I. But you take one of those Winchester 1897 pump shotguns loaded with buckshot, and you have a fantastic, powerful, close combat weapon. It's going to suck on long range open engagements, but if you have to jump into a trench surrounded by German soldiers, this could be a fantastic weapon. Now, as I said, we had Winchester 1897s in military inventory, but they weren't deemed suitable for the trenches because they were basically just commercial riot length 20-inch barreled shotguns. For use in World War I, they decided that these guns needed to have bayonets, because if you run out of ammo, which you certainly could in a situation like that, you need to have some secondary way to use the weapon. We had bayonets on all.
You know how hard it is to find a model 1897 with a bayonet lug still attached to it after all these years?
What exactly is the riot length?
About 12 to 16 inches.
What's
it's not exactly hunting, but it's basically home defense length.
Gotcha. So home defense and riots. Okay.
Pretty much about the same thing. It's the shortest that you can get a shotgun in our terminology, because the military, it doesn't matter. They can have it as short as they want. But in our terminology and civilian terminology, it's as short as you can get it without it being illegal. Anything over 1.5 feet, or anything over 1 foot, is typically considered a hunting shotgun.
Gotcha.
All the rifles, we needed a bayonet on the shotgun. And so the U.S. Army approached Winchester and essentially said, look, we want a Winchester 97 riot gun, but we want you to put a bayonet on it. And so Winchester looks at the problem and they develop this bayonet mount. So let's take a closer look at that. In order to make logistical sense, the U.S. wanted to use existing combat bayonets on these shotguns. Now, there were two different bayonets that were in U.S. service at the time. One is the bayonet for the 1903 Springfield, and one is the bayonet for the model 1917 Enfield. Now, contrary to common belief, the U.S. actually had a lot more M1917 Enfield rifles in World War I than we did Springfields, by a ratio something like 2 or 3 to 1. And Winchester, who made the 1897, was one of the contractors making M1917 rifles and bayonets. So it was decided to simply use 1917 pattern bayonets for the trench shotguns. They were already being made at Winchester. That meant Winchester could supply the complete kit ready to go, and it made logistical sense. Now,
good morning, Logical Spark. How are you doing?
If we take a look at this bayonet, it has to have a ring that big so it will fit on a rifle. The barrel of a shotgun is rather larger. That's not going to fit over a shotgun barrel. So something has to be done. And the something was essentially to mount a fake solid muzzle ring down below the muzzle of the shotgun. So this ring will fit onto a 1917 bayonet. And then the same mounting block has a bayonet lug on it that is set up in the proper geometry to fit onto the back end of said bayonet, and presto, there is your bayonet mount. Now, it's a little clunky looking to have it mounted this low, dropped under the barrel. And there's an apocryphal story that when this was presented to the Army, they complained that this looked funky and looked like it was fragile and might break. And a quick-thinking Winchester employee explained that, oh, well, we had to put the blade down low so that the pellets from the shotgun wouldn't hit it, which is nonsense. These, you had to have essentially no spread of the pellets by the time you get to the end of the bayonet. But allegedly, that the Army...
Politicians are retarded and make bad decisions. That explains a lot.
The complaining Army officer thought about that for a moment. Oh, well, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And the design was accepted. Whether that's true or not is kind of immaterial, but it's an interesting story. Now, the way this works is essentially we have a clamp-on bayonet adapter here. There are 3 holes drilled across the bottom of the barrel, just semicircular cuts in the bottom of the barrel, not all the way through it. These 3 screws lock this.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this video is 15 minutes long. We are almost 2 hours in. I'm going to end it at the 2-hour mark or whenever this video is done, whatever comes first. And I just want to say it has been very good streaming for you guys over the past few days. Thank you all for being here with me. And let's please enjoy the rest of this video and any commentary the panel wants to give.
Adapter in position so it can't slide backwards, and then tightening those screws down clamps this whole assembly tightly onto the barrel. There is a sling swivel here on the back, and a matching sling swivel was mounted on the buttstock. Now, the other element here, obviously, is this perforated metal handguard. That was put on because if you do have to use this bayonet, you will presumably have just fired at least 1-2 load of ammunition, if not several. The barrel potentially could be quite hot, and you don't want to burn your hand. So you need to be able to grasp this up front for bayonet.
Don't let the government lie to you. Heat shields on shotguns do not work. All right? They will still burn the ever-living fuck out of you. The government is a lie, all right?
Bayonet fighting. Hence, they chose to add a perforated heat shield to the top of the barrel. And it's just spot welded onto the bayonet lug adapter there, and is really quite distinctive of these trench guns. Now, there are a couple elements that are distinctive to the World War I Winchester 1897. One of them is this heat shield, which has 6 rows of perforated holes there. These would be used in World War II as well. World War II ones will only have 4 rows of holes. Early production examples have patent applied for, marked on the bayonet lug. The later ones, like this, have actual patent dates on them. On World War I versions of the 1897 trench gun, you can see that the muzzle is only about twice as wide. The exposed bit of muzzle is only about twice as wide as the bayonet handguard. World War II, the muzzle would extend a little bit further past. So that's another way you can distinguish between World War I and World War II examples. These are highly desirable guns. The bayonet lugs and heat shields are relatively simple to reproduce. Lots of reproductions have been made. However, we know the serial number range of authentic World War I examples, and that is E.
You know, Gun Jesus doesn't typically lie. I've looked for these, and I can't find them. Maybe I'm just retarded.
As they all begin with, E 613,000 through E 705,000. So this is 689, which puts it towards the end of that range. But authentic examples will be in that serial number range. They will also be solid frame guns,
Lauren,
like this one. Winchester also made 1897s that were takedown, where you could actually rotate the barrel and magazine assembly off to make the gun more compact for travel. World War II would see the use of takedown 1897s as trench guns, but the World War I examples, the original ones, are all solid frame guns like this. These were all issued in 12 gauge. Magazine capacity was 5 rounds in the tube, plus potentially 1 additional.
Ike, somebody in the chat wants to know if you have your own channel.
Yes, I do. You could click and, on my name, right, or my. Well, did I type something in the chat?
Yeah, if you want, you can put it in the back chat if it doesn't pop up. But you should be able to share it in the chat. Everyone is allowed to post links in my chat.
Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, if you just click on my my avatar, as I just said, yo, in the chat there, and you say go to channel. Yeah, and if you want to watch my stuff, it's the live stuff, the live streams. I have some other things that I upload on my channel as well that are not me. But yes, I do, and I appreciate a sub and whatnot. Thank you. Oh, Lauren's on it.
I also clicked your avatar and gave you a sub.
Oh, thank you very much.
I did not know you had your channel. Everybody should sub. We are building a network, and if we, I don't know how big you are because I just gave you a sub. Pause. But like, we're building a network, and if we all share each other's stuff and we all watch and enjoy, we all grow together. So make sure that you guys click over and give him a sub.
Thank you.
The chamber. Some of the World War I 1897 trench guns are marked with a U.S. and a flaming bomb.
Come on back when you get the chance, Chuck.
Military property marks on the side of the receiver. This one is not, and many of them are not. There are a number of different theories about why some are and some aren't, but it is well known, well understood that not all of the actual military trench guns did get those markings. So it's not a problem from a collectability perspective if the markings are missing, as they are on this one. And of course, the one other thing that I should cover here is the fact that the 1897 is a gun capable of so-called slam fire, which is to say, if you cycle the gun, pull the trigger, hold the trigger down, and cycle the gun again, it will drop the hammer as soon as the bolt is closed and locked. So in theory, you can get a little bit higher rate of fire on these things by just holding the hammer and cycling the pump action very quickly. Now,
and you do, in order for that to work, you do have to literally slam the action back in place when you do the up motion while cocking the firearm.
Now, that's spoken up quite a lot in various discussion venues. I don't think it really actually matters. The difference in...
It does matter, too, because if you don't get something that's grandfathered in, like an original 1897 from World War I or World War II, it is highly illegal to have a slamfire shotgun. But there are gut firearms that are grandfathered in, like past, I think it's 1989, I think is when that came in, when the NFA stuff came in. But
speed of shooting between doing that.
What's up?
Oh, okay. Now, well, when he was saying it doesn't matter, I was wondering from what perspective, but I'm sure he's about to say it, right? You're saying it matters, obviously, from a legal kind of a deal, but, well, does it actually give you a big advantage? Does it increase the rate of fire significantly? Okay.
Yeah, the rate of fire is almost doubled.
And actually pulling the trigger is pretty negligible, and there are pretty limited situations in which you would want to actually just expend the entire pump, the entire tube, as quickly as possible in one basic direction. So people talk about it. People love the idea of a slam fire shotgun.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, no, that kind of reasoning that he gave, I tend not to like that, where it's like, we're talking about a simple parameter. Does this make this faster or not? And then someone says, well, why would you want to ever make it faster? You know, it's like, shut the fuck, like, you know, what situation you're going to be in? It's like, bro, it's stop adding context and all that bullshit. It's like, just stop. Anyways, whatever.
Can it go faster? That's what I asked. Not why would it need to go faster? But no, like, I agree. And that's the thing. Like, there are practical reasons and like context that if you're having a discussion, but if the question is, does it make it faster? The answer is yes. And it's not marginally, like you almost double your rate of fire. You almost double your rate of fire by being able to slam fire. To the point it's considered automatic fire because all you have to do is hold the trigger down.
I think because it makes them think of it more along the lines of a fully automatic shotgun, which it is definitely not. It is manually pump operated. But the Winchester 1897 is one of a relatively small number of shotguns that is capable of slam fire like that. By June of 1918, substantial numbers of 1897 guns are arriving in France. By the way, these were we today call them trench guns. At the time, the official designation was a riot gun. And these were supplied both with and without the bayonet lugs and heat shields. And there's really no difference in the records distinguishing between the two patterns. So it's kind of hard to recognize, to figure out exactly which versions we're getting over there.
Well, no, that's the thing, Chuck. He grabbed it by the heat shield. I was like, well, the heat shield protects you from heat. I'm like, no, the fuck it doesn't. It still burns. It hurts. Shooting a shotgun with a heat shield on it, it does nothing. It's not a heat shield. It's a lie. It's a lie shield is what it is. You know, the heat shield is very Machiavellian. It wants to get your skin.
But they were primarily this pattern. Shotguns, long-barreled shotguns with birdshot were also used in the...
By FRT 15 triggers, do you mean the double trigger thing? If so, I think you can, but don't quote me on it. I think you still are able to.
Training for anti-aircraft gunnery. So anti-aircraft gunners and also pilots and observer gunners practiced wing shooting, essentially, in order to develop a recognition of how to properly lead a moving target. They did that practice with long-barreled traditional sporting shotguns, including 1897s. In total, during World War I, about 30,000 of these guns would be produced for the war effort. About 12,000 of those were long-barreled training guns. The other 18,000 were trench and riot guns. Today, we identify riot as short-barreled plain and trench as short-barreled with a handguard, with a heat shield, and a bayonet lug. Anyway, by June of 1918, a substantial number of these guys are in...
Okay, so it's not a binary trigger, but a forced reset. I think you can still buy both. I'm not sure. Well, gun broker is like a fed honey trap to me. Plus, it's a bunch of boomers yelling, "I know what I got," when they'll be like, "This M16 was owned by Hitler and served in World War II. I know what I got, 10 grand." And I'm like, whoa there, buddy. That gun didn't even exist. I know what I got. So I stay off gun broker.
In country, in France, mostly they are issued out to prison guards, military policemen, but they do start testing them in the field. In June, they issue 200 guns out to 4 different infantry divisions for combat testing, essentially. These are being used with double-aught buckshot, 9-pellet buckshot loads, and they're paper-hulled cartridges. And it's those paper hulls that would contribute most of the complaints that troops had about the guns. When they were being used in dry, relatively clean conditions, people really liked these things. If they were fighting in close confines, they were used for night patrols.
I can't imagine using a paper hole shotgun. I hate the plastic holes. I want good old brass holes back.
I was talking about back where you hold for your trigger, when you're doing the trigger. If you don't have your hand right, the cocking, the charging handle, whatever you want to call it, the slide would come back and take the skin right off of you.
Oh yeah, no, I've made that mistake with my 30-30 lever action.
If you noticed how he was holding that for the rapid fire when he was cocking it, see how his hand is? Because normally you wrap your thumb around. But if you do that on this bad boy,
very quickly,
you're going to lose your skin. That's what I was referring to.
Okay. No. He says in the video earlier that the heat shield dissipates heat away from your hands. Like, no. Heat shields do not dissipate heat away from your hands. They are lies. These are straight lies and falsehoods.
They helped, but not to a great extent.
It's like grabbing something out of the oven with a piece of paper. It helps for about 3 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. As opposed to instantaneous.
Yeah. No, like my friend's shotgun had a heat shield on it for it didn't have a bayonet, obviously. It just had a heat shield on it, and I grabbed that bitch.
How long that damn bayonet is.
And it's beautiful, bro. I love military surplus weapons with a bayonet. They're literally my favorite.
Oh yeah.
And I hate when boomers. That's another reason I stay off gun broker, because it infuriates me when boomers FUD up their guns. I'm just sitting here I know it's your property, and I respect property rights, but it makes me want to strangle you that you turn that into a piece of shit and you destroyed it from a military weapon.
Yes, I agree.
I recognize your rights to property, but I think you're stupid and shouldn't have them.
You take the total aesthetic of the original away from it.
It's not even just about the aesthetic. I understand an old guy who can no longer carry the weight of his favorite hunting rifle that he's owned since he was a teenager. He probably went to war with in World War II or Vietnam or something. Right? I get them sporterizing it then, because they don't intend on selling that firearm. It's literally theirs to the day they die. And it has to be done because they can no longer wield that weapon effectively at the weight that it is. Right? I get that. I understand completely. But just being a little bitch boy, it's too heavy for me to go hunting. Be a fucking man. Carry it anyway. Get stronger. Be better. What's up, Yeti?
They were used for night patrols. They were used for trench raids. That's where they excel.
So let me ask anybody. Let me ask anybody on panel. Like, has anybody ever shot with paper shotgun cartridges?
Oh yeah, with the You talking about the sleeve casing? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know how it works because I've never seen a paper shotgun cartridge.
This the instead of the plastic, it was almost like a cardboard type
That sounds
crap.
so ass, though. That sounds horrible.
It was because they had them back the what is it, the wadding or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
because when they tried to use these shotguns in the Philippines and shit during World War II, they couldn't fire them because the wadding would swell up and the shell wouldn't fit into the gun.
That is wild. I bet you that's why they developed plastic.
They waxed the wadding and stuff, but the problem is it's so hot down there that wax would jam the gun up.
That is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they.
I thank God for the modern problems because I don't have to develop solutions for things that seem like common sense now. Because I guarantee you they probably did not foresee that happening. It's easy to sit with 20/20 hindsight and understanding after the fact. But to me, it just feels really dumb to have paper cartridges.
And when they hit with these shotguns for the U.S. troops, the Germans had put out notice that any soldier caught with one of these would be executed. And the U.S. government said, go ahead and try it. See what happens. Go ahead and try it. Executing someone.
We will develop the atom bomb 20 years early and bomb Berlin.
Yeah. It must have worked because they didn't execute anybody for having a shotgun.
Oh, because they knew it was complete and total bullshit.
Well, they used to use slugs in them too. Not birdshot, but slugs.
Yeah.
In those trenches.
Slugs and buckshot is what was used primarily in World War One. And they would typically load them 3 buckshot, 2 slug. In an order where the slugs were at the last because it was considered that you'd be shooting further down the trench when shooting a slug.
Yeah, and depending on the range they wanted for these particular shotguns, they would lengthen the barrel in order to get better range. Distance.
When y'all were in Vietnam, did anybody carry a shotgun? And did they do it with the slug for when you are doing counter ambushes? Did they load the slug first for the officer kill, and then the rest was buckshot to just fucking disorient?
Last I remember, there was very few shotguns. Damn near everybody had an M16.
Understandable. I had done some research into military shotguns, and they said that especially for the units going in the trenches, it was either 1911 or a short-barreled shotgun that they would use while crawling through the trenches.
And a lot of the research
trenches, but tunnels
showed that it was the Marines that were actually using more of the shotguns.
Yeah, it's always been the Marines that typically get issued the shotguns in almost every theater ever since shotguns were a thing. Like even our Marines used blunderbusses back in the day. Unironically, that's just like a proto shotgun.
I'm telling you,
problems were in.
It's fucking wild.
Wet conditions. Guards who were regularly loading and unloading the shells as they went on and off of duty. The paper-hulled shells would tend to break down, deform. In wet weather, they would absorb water, they would swell, they could stick in the magazines, they were unreliable. Those were causes for complaints. And of course, by the very end of the war, the trench conflict, the trench combat kind of disappears, and it turns more into fast-moving open field fighting once again. And in that environment, a trench shotgun is basically a useless weapon. So some of the field testing reports reflect that, we didn't really, we're shooting at 200, 300, 400, 500 yards across open fields. The guy with the shotgun is kind of unable to contribute anything. The guys who did use them in the trenches really did quite like them. In September of 1918, the Germans did, in fact, file a formal protest under the laws of war that this was an inhumane weapon and threatened to execute any American soldier who was taken captive with one. The U.S. actually did seriously consider this objection, and legal counsel for the Army came to the conclusion that the German claim was complete bunkum, that the buckshot pellets from a shotgun were indistinguishable from, say, the pellets in shrapnel fragmentation artillery shells. And if artillery shells like that are fine, which everyone had decided were just fine for the entirety of the war, then there was no reason that shotguns should be an issue. The U.S. basically counter-threatened that if Germany started executing prisoners, the U.S. would too, and the U.S. had a lot more German prisoners than the Germans had American prisoners, and so the whole affair kind of fizzled out into nothing. Which one has to expect the Germans didn't.
I'm proud to be in America.
Really believe that the U.S. would stop using shotguns just because of a paper protest like that. But the trench shotgun would go on to serve in the U.S. military through World War II. The Winchester 1897, in fact, would see a resurgence in use during World War II, but the World War II production guns have a number of distinctive differences from these World War I guns. So that's a subject for a future video. I thought it'd be cool to start with the original, the OG trench gun, the Winchester 1897 from World War I. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
So the thing is, I really love trench guns. And while he said the bayonet and the shield, it's easy to find, I have not been able to find one. But maybe I'm not looking for a remake, so that's probably why.
Well, and those trench guns were worthless when they introduced mustard gas.
Well, I think mustard gas beats everything except for the wind. Like, could you imagine deploying? Could you imagine deploying mustard gas and having the wind pick up and it just blows back onto your trench?
Oh.
That would be like, that's God telling you your side deserves to lose.
I wouldn't want to be nowhere around that crap. That would.
Me neither. That sounds horrible.
That was a painful death there.
Because it fills your fucking lungs with fluid and you basically drowned on land. That's horrifying.
As
a man who's scared of the ocean, imagine drowning on land.
Yeah, I almost drowned in the ocean once.
Yeah, but see, imagine mustard gas and then you drowned on land.
Wait a minute. Black men can't swim.
That's kind of the point.
So I've been told.
That's the point.
I think Orthodox taught me that.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was the private class. That's right.
Yeah, you let me. Well, Lauren, I'm sorry. We didn't receive an extension, and I am kind of tired and do have plans today. So I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you, Ike and Chuck, for coming on stream.
No, there's no way Bumpkin's tired.
Bumpkin is asleep. He's not even there.
I know.
He was already. See, that's my autism. That's how you tell I'm autistic. Like, jokes like that zoom over my fucking head. But again, thank you, Chuck and Ike, for coming over. Do y'all have any last words? Do y'all have any last words before I end the stream?
God bless America.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right. Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. Thank you for being here.
Peace.
Peace. Bumpkin, Bunkopolis, Bunkatamer, Darth Bumpkin, Bumpkin the Great, Bumpkin, you there? Hello. Alright, he's not there. Alright. You guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for being here on the holiday 4th of July. America, fuck yeah. America the Great. America's the greatest country. Stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Don't be gay. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy your time with your friends and family today. Reflect on how to be a good citizen today and how we can better our country for future generations. Thank you all for being here. Remember that before I go, if my plans don't get fucked up, before I go, we will be doing a Patriot watch party in, I'm going to say, an hour or two in the Discord. You can hit the link. The link will be the same. Not the same. The link will be good either way. I'm going to drop a new link to the Discord. I'm going to drop a new link to the Discord. Godhand, welcome. I see you. You just got the user role, so you should be able to see everything. I'm going to do an invite, a new invite link, but you can put exclamation point Discord in the chat and get the link. That is the new link. Please hit it because like in an hour or so, we're going to be starting the Patriot Watch Party. We're going to do this. I'm going to do this 1 minute gun video. This is the Spencer 1886 shotgun. This is a fucking good one. It is Minute of May. And the channel is CNR Reasonable. Let's go. Here we go, starting now.
Spencer, 1886. Weighing in at 8.1 pounds and with an overall length of 49 inches, this locked breech slide action repeater isn't the earliest version of the Spencers, but it's pretty close. To begin, pump back and load in 5 rounds of 12 gauge into the underbarrel mag tube. Pump forward, this pushes round 1 inside the carrier position of the breech block. We'll need to cycle the action again in order to chamber our first round, so pump twice for your first shot and once for the rest. Long, dense, but with our semi-pistol grip and bounce point closer to the buttstock, it's great for stable, sweeping motions. This is not a smooth pump by modern standards, but it was decent in its time. The trigger is a short, single-stage pull. With access to a hammer spur, we can choose to cock or decock our piece at any time. The sight is a simple bead at the front. In the end, before game limitation laws, this was an excellent choice for a market hunter, but it would soon see competition in the very market it created.
If you'd like to know more, subscribe to see an arsenal.
I like this channel already, and I will be featuring a lot of their videos. If you guys want the link to it, please let me know, and I would gladly drop it. We are a Second Amendment, pro Second Amendment channel. I have more gun related stuff coming. You guys chose I believe y'all chose the bow. That poll is ending soon. Y'all can do the poll, but I'm out of here. Thank you all for coming. Remember, in an hour, we will be doing that watch party for the Patriot for July 4th. I'm not a real American. I'm Canadian. Exposed. But y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all.
And Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys look it up, 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created, in Bradenton. So you just happen to have Anderson.
I have non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible.
Fuck yeah. There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.
It's true. You do deserve it.
It's damn near like a rite of passage in this. Oh my god.
Mandy says that Dolly grips harder than me. This is fucking unacceptable.
Get pulled out, bitch. You don't grip them.
I really haven't been grifting hard enough. You guys, I just found out I have
cancer in your pee-pee.